So video 2, what we're going to do is solve this equation here. That means make x, find out the value of x. And like I said, you strip away things in reverse order to which they are applied. The second thing that was applied was taking away 1. The opposite of taking away is adding, so we can kind of strip that part of it away by adding 1 to both sides. I'm not going to go into all this detail every time we do it, but we're doing, because 2x minus 1, I think it's important to understand, that thing is identical to that thing. So 2x minus 1 is equal to 5. So what we're doing is applying exactly the same operation to both sides, and we're applying the operation which is the opposite of minus 1, which is plus 1. So we get 2x minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 5 plus 1. Tidying that up, minus 1 add 1 is 0, so it disappears. 2 times x is equal to 6. Now we strip away the next thing that's attached to the x. X is being multiplied by 2. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. So we divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 is equal to 6 divided by 2. Now 2x divided by 2, that's like doubling something and halving it. 2x, double it, and then halve it, you get back to what it is. You know, cup of tea, 2 cups of tea, remove half of them, you're left with 1 cup of tea. Dividing and multiplying are inverses, they cancel each other out. So we're just left with x is equal to 6 divided by 2. That means how many 2's go into 6? Well, 3 times 2 is 6, so 6 divided by 2, or 6 cut in half, is 3. And that would be the solution of that equation. Well, there's no need to have a sort of a brain fart when you see lots of letters instead of numbers. You think of these symbols here, 2, 1 and 5 are just marks on a piece of paper, or on a computer in this case. So you can just use A, B plus C is equal to D. Also just marks on a piece of paper. As long as you can understand what the sentence order is, you can rearrange this equation quite easily. Let's say we're trying to isolate B, or make B the subject. So you want B equals blah blah blah, not involving B. Look at what's happening to B. The first thing is it's multiplied by A, and then we add C to it. And so to unwrap it, we get rid of plus C first. The opposite of plus C is minus C. The plus C disappears when we take away C from the other side. So doing the opposite operation to the other side, and the opposite of whatever it is that's hooked onto the thing that we're trying to strip away. So we're trying to get to B. Take away things in reverse order. So plus C is cancelled by minus C to both sides, and then we've got AB, which means B times A. We want to get rid of the A, so we do the opposite of timesing by A. The opposite of timesing by A is dividing by A. We do it to the entirety of the right hand side, so D minus C, all divided by A. Actually, you might very well be a bit late, what's the word? You've probably forgotten most of the sort of terminology and things that happen, so I think what I thought was to do lots of examples so you kind of get a feeling for what's going on. I'll try another one which is a little different. 3 times x plus b is equal to k, 8, say. Okay, and we're trying to get x on its own. X is equal to something. So in this sentence, the grammar is slightly different. We deal with the thing inside the brackets first. Imagine a really good piece of advice is that if you just think of a simple example, 3 times 5 plus 1. This means work out this bit first and then multiply it by 3. It's 3 times 6, which is then 18. So in order to rearrange this to get x on its own, we identify the order, add b to it first, and then multiply by 3. And then to unwrap, or to solve, we get rid of the last thing that was applied first. The last thing that was applied was timesing by 3, so we do the opposite of timesing by 3 to both sides, which is dividing by 3. So we have x plus b is equal to 8 divided by 3. Now we have to get rid of the thing that's attached to the x, which is plus b. The opposite of plus b is minus b. X is equal to 8 over 3 minus b. That would be the solution of that equation. Now, at the moment I think James is just doing kind of questions that are involved with maybe one variable. A variable is typically used as letter X, but can be B or P or Q or M or Greek symbol. Normally James is going to be looking at things like this: 3 plus X over 2 is equal to 4, say, and we want to try and get X on its own. So again, we look at what the order is. A division sign is kind of taken to be a bracket in a way, like the line underneath of the 3 plus X brackets the 3 plus X into a single sort of lump. So the sentence or the order says, take X, add 3 to it, divide the answer by 2, and then you get 4. So we want to try and rearrange this to get X on its own. We get rid of the second thing first, which is dividing by 2. The opposite of dividing by 2 is adding 2. So 3 plus X is equal to, sorry, I just said that wrong. The opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. So we times both sides by 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Now we've got 3 plus X is equal to 8. You can rewrite that or think of that as X plus 3 is equal to 8. That's because the law of commutative law, 3 plus 1 would be the same as 1 plus 3. It doesn't matter which way around you write it. Another way to think of this is that the X here, add 3 to it. In front of, when you write the number 3, there is an invisible positive, we mean positive 3 by that. And just for completion's sake, it also means 1 times 3. It also means 3 divided by 1. And it also means later on 3 to the power 1. But the important thing for what we're doing in this question is that it's adding 3. So we can think, okay, there's an invisible plus in front of that 3 there. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. So we take away 3 from both sides. X plus, so 8 take away 3 is 5. And then when we underline the solution, X is 5. Solutions are values of X that make the equation true. So if we substitute this 5, X equals 5 can be thought of as X, 5 can be written instead of X in that particular sentence. So you can chuck the 5 up here and put it into the X there. So we can check our answer. 3 plus X equals to 5 divided by 2 is equal to, 3 add 5 is 8, divided by 2 is equal to 5, which is equal to 4, which is what we've got there. I'm brilliant, aren't I? I don't know even simple arithmetic. So the solution of an equation is a value of X that makes that equation true.